Come on and walk.
I'm right here. I didn't take anything yet.
No, on the ground. On the ground.
Local stores like Walmart and others usually seem like quiet places to pick up our daily necessities, but that's not always the case.
No, we have to come for our safety. I don't want to be chasing them.
Some people with other intentions often lurk around, hoping to walk away with goods for free. Sometimes their greed gets the best of them, and law enforcement can hardly believe what these shoplifters attempt to steal from the store.
Oh, no, call me.
Here are some cases where shoplifters tried to hide their crimes, but ended up getting caught. On June 7, 2023, Broward County officers responded to a shoplifting report at Walmart after two undercover employees told police they had set up a sting and caught a cashier red-handed with stolen cash.
We need your help, man. We had a sting. We had somebody that stole over $5,000.
Okay.
So,
you guys have?
Yeah.
Today they happen?
Yeah, it's right now. It's in action.
Oh.
Yeah, it's happening right now. So we're doing the exit interview, and so the person is sitting down right now.
In the office?
In the office.
Okay.
Waiting.
Okay.
And so cameras already been rolled, evidence has already been collected. Yeah, so.
Why you don't just take him to Jennifer?
Okay. All right.
You guys want to press charges though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. I'm waiting for my partner to come and then we'll.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I had.
Have them stalled a little bit longer.
Yeah. I called Farino.
Okay. Farafino?
Farafino. Yeah, he's my buddy, man. So we met, and so we connected. So we're trying to do this whole thing where, you know, we bring you guys in not when we have problems, but we're going to do, appreciation and just have customer appreciation. Plus, we're doing the store over, so we want you guys to be around and just know that,
Yeah, 'cause I used to
it
come in
ain't
the
for the
day
bad.
shift all
We
the
don't want to have issues, and but this young lady, which my boss, who's over it, because me and him, we go from store to store to do investigations and audits. So originally on 5/19, it started with her stealing. She hasn't even been here 2 months. So, obviously when a person starts stealing, so that was the first sign. Yeah, so first thing is shoplifting, not paying for stuff, $200. And then over the past several weeks, our register has been missing, 1,000, 2,000, 1,800.
So when people get newly hired, they're allowed access to just work as cashiers?
Not normally. They normally, they do something else. They're not handling so much cash. And for whatever reason, I guess, people thought she was trustworthy and that we could trust her. And she was, allowed to handle a lot of cash.
What's her name? Okay.
But we have all of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, all of that stuff is in the office. So we got a whole package and stuff.
Perfect.
It's frustrating because, I'm an older guy, man, and people see us because we're kind of undercover.
Yeah.
And so, you just hate doing this, man. It's
Absolutely.
It's a pain
you give people a job to work and they try to bite the hand that feeds them.
It's a pain in the
I hear you. It sucks, but I mean, it's the bad part of the job.
Yeah, man.
Officers immediately focused on the suspect while gathering statements from other employees, piecing together a complete picture of the theft.
What's your name, Sarah?
Yeah. And my boss's name is Jeff.
It's 954.
I'm Sarah, how are you?
268-7550.
Just do me a favor, just stand up for me. Put your hands on your back. You got any weapons or anything on you?
Police can go back there. Like up front.
I mean, we'll try to avoid what.
No, we have to come for our safety. I don't want to be chasing them.
I mean, is there a back?
There's a back.
Okay. You want to put your car on back?
Yeah,
Hold on.
What's up, man? Hey, how's it going, bro? So do you guys have everything, all the information? Do you have the
I
receipts?
have all the information. Well, it wasn't receipts really, it was cash.
Oh, it was cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did he mention something about an affidavit?
Okay, I'll go ahead and grab the affidavit.
Okay.
Real quick. Could you guys just, because I don't know
I have
anything
13
about the
different
case.
stores, so
Gotcha.
you guys are the first ones that have asked for that from Pompano. So if it's something that you guys always require, I can have them save it. And
Okay, perfect.
we'll do that going forward.
How much cash is it?
Around 7,000. So I have 5,000 of it documented, but she
Okay.
admitted to the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and document that to them,
Okay.
and I can send that to you guys.
Gotcha.
But she has a cash here somewhere. She said it's at
She
the
said
smoke
she has
shop.
it somewhere, yeah, in the smoke shop. So we
But
don't know.
she just
what?
took it. She
Smoke
took
shop.
1,500 today, so it's. She said it's by the smoke shop.
So I don't know if it's by the smoke shop over there.
Well, why don't we ask him before we do?
Yeah, we'll try to
Plug it
Yeah.
Swanson
Is it in
sent out.
here?
You want me help with this or you?
No, I
In
got
the
it.
parking lot.
It's easy. Park. I'll show you
That's
everything
my
they
shop.
did. Everything's easy.
Okay, perfect.
Easy PC and.
Sounds good.
So let's grab her and she'll walk.
It's in the parking
It's
lot.
in the
It's in
parking
another
lot.
store.
Yeah, the smoke shop's at
Oh,
12:39 or something like that.
She stashed it there.
I don't know. I couldn't.
Let's just.
She has to know somebody there.
Outside the store, the woman was placed in a patrol car. During a search, officers discovered a large amount of hidden cash, revealing a scheme far more serious than a simple theft.
Is CI gonna do the PC or?
Just to have her tell.
You guys can't open it?
No, we are.
No.
We're asking you. What money came from the store?
Just 100.
Just the hundreds, not the tens inside here.
How much is there? How much?
40 times 100 was that 4,000?
4,000.
On top of this.
Found inside the black case.
Oh, these two, are these theirs too?
On top of this.
No, that.
Is that
Unless she
included in
just
the
took
fine?
more. Unless she
Oh,
took
these two
more.
are these?
Because it's a higher charge. If it's between
Yeah.
5 and 10.
It's 7,000 total that I found that she might have took more. Because when we did the audit, it was only 1,500.
We did the audit today. It was only 1,500.
Well,
So she must have took more.
So she probably took
we'll ask her.
My one lost her resident took a lot of cash under the counter. So.
Ma'am, is your ID in your wallet?
No idea.
You don't have an ID?
We have a 40.
13 off. Can you go ahead?
Yeah, let me go.
Alright, ma'am, what's your first name? Common spelling, S-A-A-H. What's your last name? Sorry, say that again.
Beeson?
How you spell that? B-Y-S-S-E-I.
Yeah.
Alright, just hang tight, okay?
When do I go down to the station?
We're gonna go to the station in probably 5 minutes.
At the station, the interrogation began gently. Officers started with personal questions to build rapport and make her feel at ease.
Okay, you just prefer to have.
Yeah, when I was at work, I just don't like to have it on because I work. A lot of old people come in and I don't play that.
Oh yeah. So I want to talk to you about everything that happened today. How long have you been working at Walmart?
2 months.
2 months. So that right before your birthday or
Right after.
right after?
And it was probably a month then.
Okay. Where'd you work before that?
Walmart.
Which one?
Federal Highway. Not that one. The one that's right by a gas station.
Is that all the way up north?
No, it's not too far from a Publix. You know, Publix Hillsborough Square.
Oh, all the way up there. What happened over there? Why'd you leave? Isn't that one closer to your house?
It is, but I left because I left my parents' house. I wasn't living down in Pompano anymore.
Where are you living now?
I was living in Florida.
Fort Lauderdale? Okay.
And Miami.
And Miami? It was just like on your own or with your friends?
Boyfriend.
Okay. You seem like you're disappointed.
Very.
Yeah? How long did you know him?
Who?
Your boyfriend.
Oh. We've been together for like a year and some months. Will be 2 years, December.
Okay, so you guys are still together.
Yeah.
Why?
It's complicated.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like it's complicated. It looks like you got it all figured out.
It's complicated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he messing around? Or he's got you in a trick bag?
I can't say messing around because he believes in having multiple wives. I'm just not part of that.
What is he, Mormon?
He believes in
He's Muslim.
the Most High.
The Muslim?
He's not Muslim.
But he believes in like what?
Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
As the conversation turned to the theft, the woman became emotional, her account wavering at times. The officer stayed patient, guiding her to provide clear, truthful answers.
You know you want something to go by faster than it's supposed to because it's taking forever.
Yeah, it's like let me press a fast forward button and make this happen.
That's what happened.
It's tough. So you do know you worked for a really big corporation, right? Is there a reason why you were like, oh, they're so big they won't know? Is that kind of the thought process?
I don't know. Honestly, I was really just trying to get my life back in order.
I can barely hear you.
I said, I don't know, honestly. I was really just trying to get my life back in order.
Yeah?
Just trying to make it quicker than it was supposed to.
So, there's one good thing that could come out of this. And it looks like you want this to be the first and last time this ever happens with you.
Yes.
Right? So, I don't tell this to a lot of people because a lot of people that I sit across, they're legit criminal. Like, they're career offenders and they're career criminals. And however, your first time offense, what I can do is give you the opportunity and say, hey, Sarah, clean your plate.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, so let's do that then. And unfortunately, this is how we had to meet. You know? So, you've been working there since right after your birthday, right? At Walmart. When did you, like, start either taking items or kind of take caring? I don't know if you had a family come through, you know? Or when you started taking money, you know? When did it start?
I think it had to start this month.
This month?
Once trust was established, she explained how the theft had begun and developed over time. Every detail was carefully documented as officers sought to understand the full scope of her actions.
It started in May?
Yeah.
You think beginning of May? End of May? What do you
Probably
think?
the beginning.
Beginning of May?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you start with? Like, what did you first start taking?
At first, I took a couple hygiene stuff because I didn't have the money for it, and I just started working there. I bought hygiene stuff, and then started taking money. Wasn't going to. The only reason is because back in 2021, decided to open up a credit card in my name, I knew what a credit card was, but I didn't know how it functioned, so I played around with it. I was young, so I didn't know, which made me go into debt. 21 years old in debt.
How much debt did you go into?
I'm at $5,000.
So how much? First time you took money, how much did you end up taking?
It was one something.
1,000 something?
Was it 1,000? Probably was 1,000.
Okay. That was like beginning of May. And how were you doing it? Is it kind of like the same way you were doing it today, like where you kind of leave it underneath the register?
Yeah.
Is that exactly how it started, or was it some other way?
No, that's exactly how it started.
Okay. So you started taking like $1,000, 1,000. In the beginning of May, so will you do it like on every shift?
Yeah, every shift.
Every shift 1,000. And how many days were you working?
How many days was I working? My schedule wasn't a set schedule, so some days I would be off 2 days, some days I'm off 1 day. Really
So roughly you're working like 4 or 5 days a week. So you were taking about 4 or 5 grand a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then today, all the money that was in your purse, right? How much of that was just today? Was all of it pretty much all Walmart's? No?
The one that was Walmart was stuck together. The one that wasn't Walmart is mine.
Was that from your previous stuff that you had done?
No. That's the one I went to the bank for.
That's the one you got a paycheck for?
Yeah.
And you got paid out in 100?
Yeah. Because I had to pay the light bill, so I went to the bank. Give them one.
Finally, officers pressed for exact amounts, recording every detail to ensure the full extent of the theft was captured.
Pay for my phone bill. So I just came to T-Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore. I just came to Boost Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore.
Okay. So what'd you end up doing with the rest of the money? Like, did you pay rent? Did you help your mama? Did you give it to your boyfriend?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
It was my mom.
How much did you end up giving it to her?
I don't remember how much I ended up giving it to her.
She didn't ask you like, hey, where you getting this from?
She did, and I would say, Mom, don't worry about it.
Because that bundle today was just 4, and if every other day you were doing 1,000, you're looking at about just doing simple math. 5, 10, skip 15, probably in the range of like 22 grand.
22.
I'm just basing like first week. Let's say if you start in the first week of May.
It can't be 22 grand.
No?
It's not that.
Okay, how much you think?
I'll say 10 for right now.
10?
Yeah.
10 grand?
The woman was charged with grand theft. Some thefts are much larger and more calculated. In our next case, a trusted Walmart manager orchestrated a scheme totaling nearly $90,000.
I figured that was easier when they called me and talked.
Okay.
I know it's usually how it goes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about that part because, like I said, I just got here myself.
On January 31st, 2020, police responded to a suspected fraud at a Walmart in Florida. After Asset Protection flagged a trusted manager for accessing the store's cash systems on his day off without authorization.
Hey, how we doing? All right. What's going on, Pete? Yes, sir. Yo, what up? How you doing, man? You know, another day, brother. What you got?
Something big.
A lot.
100 pounds or more.
Oh, well, I just talked with Paul.
Yes, I believe.
Okay. And so I think he's going to try. So apparently, originally it came out that he wasn't on scene, and apparently he's on scene.
He's back there.
Yeah, they called him, and after they called, he kind of like, when he was on the phone, he was like, okay, like, you know, basically, like, I don't give, like, that's what we took it as.
Yeah.
But
is he still here?
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm trying to. My mind going so much, I can't even figure out what's going on.
What was it that he was stealing?
Money, straight cash. He had access to the recycler and the cash office.
Yeah.
CSM.
Yeah, I got it.
Making cash advances to his own.
Security footage revealed how the manager managed to bypass the security and get his hands on the cash. Little did he know the camera recorded all his activity.
Yeah, he's right up under the camera.
I hope that he didn't know. I mean, you can't know it's there and just, I mean, the only time you see that kind of stuff is when you high. When you high, you see craziness like that. People be...
Putting it in that bag. See, he thought he was smart because he would leave out of there with the bag. You'll see him leave out and then go around the corner.
So is that one of y'all's cash deposit bags, or is that his personal?
Well, that's cash deposit bag, but he was using it as his own personal.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a legit.
Yeah, that's legit, but yeah, that's legit.
But that's a full bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the empty bag, and that's the bag empty, and then he gonna walk up, put it on this table. Because we really just figured this out yesterday, and I'm like, was making video all day yesterday trying to.
Let me ask you this: so when you guys actually, for the people that are grab and drop, right? The people that are grabbing that stuff, what are they
supposed to be doing with it?
Like, I wouldn't imagine y'all's procedure for that kind of money. I wouldn't imagine they would just walk up and they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit here. I'm gonna take a little bit here and put it in. I would imagine there's some kind of like, hey, I'm taking 20 grand to drop to wherever. They've got some kind of a form or a printout.
Yeah.
So even if he were to say I was doing a legitimate thing, that's not y'all's process, correct? Like, you wouldn't just walk in with a bag and just start grabbing, putting it in there.
No, because the money they're taking out of that machine, they're supposed to put it in a register. Like, so if he put it in the bag, the bag's supposed to go
to a register so that they can put it in there.
He's using his numbers, so that's how we knew who he was, because he's putting his numbers in to get into the recycle. So you got to sign in so they can know exactly who's taking the money out of the.
Okay, so there's several things about this. Then number one, the looking around, the going in, just walking in there and just willy-nilly grabbing X amount of whatever he grabbed, and then on his way out, he can't even say I was taking it to a cashier because you see him drop it right there on the side.
Yeah. So, and this how many was it? About 25 or 30 different transactions.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's over 100,000.
This is all those each, like, this is all in one day, but this is each one that he and it's honestly, bro, it's over 50,000.
Yeah,
it's over 50,000, and it just didn't think that he was gonna show up, because I still got to do this page. I already on this one, but I still got to finish up this page. So it's like I don't really.
That's just for January.
Yeah,
so
that's
you go
January.
back to December, we still,
So you might find more. How long's he worked here?
2 years.
2 years. And
you ain't gotta have to go through 2 years.
Honestly, we might not even do. I mean, because.
Store leadership brought in a financial crimes detective after an audit uncovered dozens of fraudulent withdrawals totaling nearly or possibly over $100,000, showing a clear, calculated pattern.
Okay, and January's, what is the total number that you guys are up to? I know you're still verifying with videos, but what's the total number? And I know Matt's probably going to ask this, but every time he takes money out of that ATM, is he typing in his employee code so that it will show he's the one that withdrew that money?
If you notice, once he gets the money right here, the receipt prints out or whatever, so he's putting the receipt in there with the bag.
No. Yeah, what I was making sure is I know that you have a loss thing on it, but I just wanted to make sure what we're charging him, it's his ID that's pulling out that money. Okay.
When it comes up Alexander Washington.
So it's all in one bag?
Yeah, one bag. And how much was the total?
He's gonna pull up the.
And he did this. It was last night, or this morning actually, right? So it was 31st after midnight.
It was on the 28th after
So this is what you're doing for the rest of the day, is talking all these videos, ain't you? And tomorrow checking out December. You guys have to look forward to, don't you? How long do you think they're gonna make you go back? Probably till you stop finding.
Here's the thing: if you find more involving her, call TPD on it. Because it's their case. You see what I'm saying? Because they'll rack them up on there. I don't know how, but here's the kicker. All I'm going to be able to do is just charge for each one of those times that he plunked it in. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has no idea we're here.
No. He thinks he's talking about the girl from yesterday, the young lady from yesterday.
He might. No, he said he didn't. They asked him about these transactions, but he's not admitting to it.
What time is that?
Well, see, the timing is off on it, so if we don't wait, hold on. It's say 12:31, but we know that it's it's like a 5-minute difference.
Is it off and consistent with the other cameras being off?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as they can be off, as long as they're all.
We have another one. No, we have another one that coincides. I mean, that's on though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the only one that's off down this little hour.
After reviewing the evidence for almost an hour, officers intercepted the manager as Alex tried to leave and placed him under arrest. Alex appeared confused, repeatedly asked to contact family, and denied the theft while his rights were read.
On my phone. Alright. Put your hands together like a frame, brother. Be the most comfortable. Alright. Go in here, brother.
Okay.
Get on this side. Trying to get out of the funnel there.
That's fine. I'm Detective Shop, Sheriff's Office, Financial Crimes Unit. You have any idea what's going on?
You know, he was talking to me about some incidents, and I told him everything that I knew. Like, Dan could remember it, and then other than that, you know.
Okay.
Well, I figured that would be easier when they called me and talked.
Okay.
I know it's usually how it goes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about that part because, like I said, I just got here myself. I'm still working on it. It's actually even quicker than I thought. Before we get going on it, I'm going to read you some information because you are right now detained, okay? Read your Miranda rights. So, bear with me.
I got
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can only be used against you in court of law. You have the right to have a lawyer.
This is his mom right here.
Okay, just give us a second.
Just a second.
Give me a second.
Just a second.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer this time. Have a lawyer present with you in question. First of all, you're not a juvenile, right?
I'm 22.
Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for any question if you wish. You can sign any time to exercise these rights and I answer questions or make any statements. Do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you?
Yes, sir.
These rights are mine. Do you wish to speak with me now?
Can I speak to my mom, please?
What do you need to speak with your mom about?
I just want to tell her to call my grandma and I'll talk to you.
Please run to her. Have a mom slip in here real quick.
Mom. I know. Call Nanny go. Just call Nanny go, please.
Huh?
Call Nanny go. Please. Mom, no, please. Mom, no, call Nanny and go.
Alex, I need you.
I'm gonna talk. Mom, just call. Please call. Just call.
Alex, I need you to tell me what's going on.
Mom, I don't know.
Before we get into that,
Just call. Please just call
I'm
Nanny.
not trying to be rude, but he is an adult. I've extended the
Mom.
Mom. To let you know what's going on.
I don't.
Okay, but there's some before he starts going off there.
Mom, just call Nanny and go.
Let him speak.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. I mean, yeah. Like I said, he's not about telling.
So I can't help you.
I wish you would tell you what Walmart. You don't know what they want.
In the interview room, detectives reviewed the footage frame by frame, systematically dismantling his explanations and highlighting how the evidence pointed to deliberate, methodical theft.
So where's the money at this point? I mean, I'm literally asking because I see you're clearly at self-checkout.
Right.
Are you handing the cats at self-checkout money?
No.
You're not handing the bag because we know
I
the
didn't
bag's
have
back.
any money on me. Like I said, if I would have taken that money, I would not have stayed in the store. I would not still be on camera. I was literally. I remember that night. I was there for a while with her.
I got you.
But I said, if I would have stayed with that money, I would not have stayed in the store as long as I did.
Well, how many times? And I'm not going to even insult your intelligence by asking. I know it's not standard procedure to throw $9,000 onto a counter,
Right?
Because that's crazy. And then what's even crazier is nobody goes by and takes that $9,000 out of the bag. That's even crazier. But the bag is empty. And again, you're still there, still in the store. See, that's, again, not sound like smart. That's probable cause.
Right.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubts. And then the other thing that, I find interesting. I know you're saying understand, or you don't recall the situation. I got that, okay? Because, stuff happens. I got you. Like, I don't remember what I do sometimes too.
I'm a teacher, and at this point, whatever I can do to not have to have a record on my thing until I get a job, I'm willing to do it. It's literally what I told him. I don't remember taking anything. I really don't remember the situation. This specific situation, seeing it, yes, I was here that night. I remember that night. Other than that, he said it's been multiple occasions. I don't remember that.
Well, I'm not worried about multiple occasions right now. I'm worried about this incident. Because if you're going to be a teacher, it's an admirable profession.
Right.
But they need teachers who are going to be honest.
Right. Being honest.
If you want to do that, okay, we've got you on here. Here's the thing. What's it look like? Society, judges, juries, everything else understand lacks in poor judgment. They understand that.
Right.
Because people, how old are you?
22.
22. You're 20. Okay, so you're an adult, but just barely. What do you think a reasonable person would think? Do they think it sounds, if they see this, and they hear you, and they can see what goes on, but yet they hear you continue to say, I didn't do it, I don't recall doing it, blah, blah, blah. Do you think they like that, or is it more like, they're like, well, he made it too, he made a mistake, let's move on? That's all I'm curious about. That's what I look at. Is he falling on his sword because he's truly repentant? I don't think you're a dyed-in-the-wool criminal by any stretch of imagination. I don't think you're cold calculating anything like that. I think it was an opportunity to see some easy money.
Although Alex requested a lawyer and ended the interview, he realized there was no escaping the consequences.
What do you mean by access?
They don't have a handprint, because, we can let anybody in the CO as long as they work for Walmart, but not everybody has a handprint to take money out of the recycler.
So you have to use a handprint, like an actual, where does the handprint go to?
It's on top of the recycler. It's like the palm scanner.
Okay, so when they hired you, they did you like a little palm scan?
When I moved up front and we went to Money Centers, when I got a palm.
So they have that. So that handprint is yours. Nobody else can use that handprint. So that's your timestamp. We'll put those back to the side. In this particular incident, who are you taking that money for?
I honestly cannot tell you who I took it for. I can tell you that I did tell DJ and another person about that specific way to get money from Walmart. And
This particular incident, this one that we watched you on the video do it. When you put the money outside the camera, who did you put that for that night specifically? What would have prompted you to tell somebody that money was back there?
because I know that some of them need extra help as far as like with paying their bills and stuff.
Okay.
And they're not getting the hours from Walmart.
They're not getting what?
They weren't getting their hours from Walmart.
So they're not getting the money, the hours from Walmart. They need the money. Did they ask you to come up with this system? How is this system hatched? Who's the mastermind behind it? Honestly, it might be, How would they know about it unless they're privy to the way you log into the system and everything? Is this something that you told them?
Well, they already knew that only certain people can log in, put their handprint in the recycler. But I have had discussions with other associates on numerous occasions on how to basically steal from Walmart without getting caught or like raising red flags.
What are you getting from it? You're not getting a kickback. You're not getting a percentage.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the type of person. If I know I shouldn't, like that shouldn't have been the way I helped somebody out, but if I help somebody out, I never asked for anything.
So it's kind of like, and again, I'm not trying to be a smart, so it's kind of like modern day Robin Hood. You're digging for the rich to help the poor, but you're not getting nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm kind of interested in is because that was $9,000 this time, and they're out roughly 50 large, so $50,000. How many more incidents are there going to be like you on this video, with just like the different timestamp though? How many times have you done this? How long has this been going on? Because they've already arrested. TPD's working that part. They arrested.
The man was charged with grand theft. Not all employees steal large sums immediately. Some manage to commit serious fraud right in their first week on the job. Police in Boynton Beach, Florida, responded to a Dollar Tree after reports that store manager Nellen Mark had allegedly stolen nearly $6,000 in cash deposits during her first week on the job on August 21st, 2024.
Okay, so tell me what happened. So I get an email, like we verify when we're in our stores our deposits, but usually our treasury department finds like a missing deposit before us, like within a week they'll flag on an email telling us that it hasn't been validated through the bank. So I started to receive emails. Quickly it was like 2, then it became 3, it was 4. Right now I have 6, and it's going to be 6 in total. This store manager, she had just started here on July 29th. It was her first day in this store. So like she trained with us for 5 weeks at another location, and came here. By 8/4, I'm missing my first deposit. So
July 29th, she started at this location.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said she trained for 5 weeks at another location?
Yeah.
But like in the capacity of manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was like.
But was she with the company before?
No.
Okay. So she got hired in, brought in as a manager, and then she was training.
Yeah. So she finished her.
So this was like the first time being solo.
Yes. Alone, unattended, right?
Unattended.
Like, yeah. Okay. By Wednesday, I came in here to the store to meet with her, and my asset protection manager came and met us as well to discuss what was going on with the deposits with her. So she said she took all these deposits to the bank, that they're all going to be in the bank. She's very mild-tempered, not really getting upset easily.
So that was on the 14th, on the Wednesday you came in?
Yep, on Wednesday.
So you did like a little
14th.
investigation, and then on Wednesday you met with her?
Yeah.
Okay, along with asset protection. Okay, and so you guys discussed it with her?
Yeah.
So she knows?
Yes, she knows.
Okay, so and then, I'm sorry, so then what did she say to you guys?
She was very mild-tempered. I mean, she wasn't argumentative. She wasn't anything. She wasn't riled up or any. There was just very calm, and said I took them to the bank. Like I signed them out. I took them all to the bank. They're all going to be at the bank. And even after he left, I continued to talk to her a little bit one-on-one. Like maybe you changed purses or bags that you brought to work. Don't you want to go check your car? Double check. Like if you were taking multiples at a time, what could slide out at a red light? Double check. And she's like, I know they're not in there. Like I took them to the bank. And she's just very confident, but not really, doesn't care to help or look or do anything for it as far as that. And even like the day before, because I was across town, I sent the store manager that trained her. She's right up the road, so I sent her on Tuesday to meet with this store manager and go over the deposits. And I had her stop at the bank, see if there was anything going on. And she was very casual with her, really not too worried about it. The biggest red flag for me right away was that store manager stressed to her, like, okay, you're coming in tomorrow, you're scheduled at 12, meaning Wednesday. Make sure you go to the bank before you go to your store because you need to resolve where your missing deposits are. They should be validated by the bank right away the next day. You need to talk to a bank manager and not a teller, find out what's going on. So she didn't know we were going to be in her store on Wednesday, but like she came walking in with a bag of McDonald's food, didn't care. I asked her, hey, did you go to the bank before you came here?
And that was on Tuesday.
No, on Wednesday, like when I was physically in the store with her.
But she was supposed to go there on Tuesday to...
She was supposed to go Wednesday, like before she came in,
Oh,
because she came in at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So she didn't even go to the bank at that point. So in my head, I'm like, well, you don't want to go talk to the bank because, you know, they don't really have the deposits, right? So...
The supervisor didn't hold back her concerns. She admitted she had doubts about Mark from the beginning and explained how little background information they actually had on her.
And is the policy to, like, every night go and deposit, like...
Yes, they're supposed to
like
go
not
daily.
to hold on to it. Like,
Right.
you can't hold on to it until the next day, or you can't keep 4 deposits and then...
Yeah, so technically they should be taking them daily, right? And if the person that's closing at night doesn't have a vehicle or isn't able to go to the bank, then we would take them right away the next morning. So for whatever reason, she was skipping days right away of not going to the bank each day and then taking multiples.
And, I mean, do you know anything about any prior, like, work history or where she came from? Do you know anything about this person?
I mean, we do a background check. I don't see the results of that. Like, the other HR department would see the results. All I know is if they pass or fail. So she passed the background check, and that's how she was able to come on board. She stated that she was the store manager of, what is it, across the street? Maybe a Didi's discount, City Trends.
Okay.
I think maybe that's what it was. But she was the store manager of City Trends across the street. So I think that's where she came from previous to working here. But no, she worked with me for a very short time, so I don't know much about her at that point.
And no issues that you're aware of, like, from her time in training or anything?
No.
Okay.
She's writing on this report what day she goes to the bank. So those are the days that we've created the deposits. So then what we're saying is they sat in the safe for a couple days. So this is the day that the computer where somebody physically created the deposit, but these are the dates that she's saying that she actually went to the bank and dropped them off and the time. So that's how she's taking or accumulating multiples, because it's like a couple days built up before we're going to the bank to drop them off. That's what it is.
Investigators pressed for more details regarding the missing deposits. The supervisor provided all the information she had, including dates, amounts, and who was responsible for each bank drop.
So then this is where I write in, like, that it's validated from the bank after that. But the areas...
These ones that are missing, that are not validated, are missing.
Yes, yeah. So when I had partnered with the bank, I went through and tried to see if like any of the deposit bag numbers were processed, just to see if maybe there was just a completely wrong amount that was deposited, anything like that. So they printed me a copy of what had been deposited since I think the 5th till like the day I received the paper, and they don't, like, those deposit bags aren't there and the amounts aren't there, so looks like and that's what I got from the bank yesterday. So I've been like dealing with the bank this whole time, just trying to make sure before we file the police report. And when I talked to Nellen about this situation, like at first there was 10. Well, not that it hit my reporting yet, but when I came in here, like I still was missing, and that's why these are all highlighted. Like at the time when I'm coming to talk to her, like even these are missing. And I mean, she just spent the whole time like looking at this, and she's like, well, these are there. Like these are there. I know, I just took these on Monday. Like, so she focused more on these, and I'm still missing one from this group, right? So she took 4. I got 3 back, 3 validated by the bank, and I'm missing the largest one of those. But like, that's all she was like focused on. I was like, okay, well, I'm talking to you about 10, so I need to know that all 10 went missing. Because even if I had 1 missing at this point, it would be a problem, right? So like, I would try to like redirect the conversation. She was just focused on that day, and I was like, oh shoot, she probably took my deposits. That's never happened. I worked for Dollar Tree for 20 years. I've never hired somebody who just, not at that role. Like, I could have some other assistant managers who get paid a lot less that maybe have taken something right away, but not a store manager. So it's different for me, but I guess it's expensive
and she wasn't, she just was not emotional about it at all, or just not showing any sort of...
Yeah, like, it's just so nonchalant, like, it's at the bank. So, like, it's serious, and my asset protection said, like, I'm gonna be here Friday to call the police if these deposits don't get to the bank, and she was still just very casual. And like she showed up for work, so I thought, that maybe they're gonna show up, or she's gonna pay him back and get him into the bank quickly, something. But
To verify the claims, the investigator contacted the bank directly, and the results completely changed the direction of the investigation. Mark was then called in for an interview.
Trying to figure out what happened. Dollar Tree was concerned about some of their money, and that's why we're involved. Okay.
So you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, my
I guess Crystal.
She had told you because she had asked me today, anybody reach out to me? I told her no.
Okay.
So, until now, yeah.
Yeah. So when did you actually start working there?
Think in June for training.
June.
Out at one store, yeah.
And it wasn't at that location, right?
No.
Okay. So you get there at June, and then what happened when did you start working over at the local one over here?
Well, I did like 5 weeks in training, so I probably didn't start there maybe end of July. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of July, you start working there.
I think yeah.
And what was your job title over there?
A store manager.
Nice.
Right from the get-go.
Training. Well, I mean.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I told myself, okay, well, let me get into Dollar Tree to start, but it was different from what I was expecting.
Prior experience, yeah.
Yeah, especially the store that they gave me. So.
And that's the Boyden store, right? Oh yeah. Sorry for that. That's typical Boyden. that's how we get down there.
And then everyone in there barely spoke English, so.
Yes.
That makes it difficult. Yeah, so she was talking about, I guess it was 6 different deposits. What happened with those? Do you know which ones they are?
No.
I guess like August 3rd, 4th, 2 on the 4th, 1 on the 5th, 7th, and 10th. Do you know what happened? Did you deposit the one she was talking about?
Like I told her, I said, whatever deposit they leave in the safe, I think, because apparently the one manager, because to me, I'm not used to taking deposits and take to the bank. So this is my first time ever doing something like that.
Okay.
And then when I go to the bank, the teller said I have to drop it in a drop box, even though if they're there, but I have to drop it in the drop box.
Okay.
So, and there's no key or nothing, so basically just pull it and drop everything in there. So the days that from the weekends for Friday I leave from Saturday, so there are deposits there from the mid managers tonight, and then Sundays I'm off, so by the time I come Monday, it'll be multiple deposits in the safe.
Okay.
Which I heard the night manager supposed to drop, she doesn't go drop it. So basically I have to take them and go drop them in the night deposit, which I truly do. Like I told Crystal, I said, well, I don't know, y'all giving me a store one. Most everybody don't speak English. Nobody's dropping nothing. My first day, there was already 5 bags in the safe. So, and then yet we have to sign. Majority of them don't sign. So basically, I'm signing because I'm taking everything. Like I told, I take everything I drop in the night deposit. I don't know nothing else. This is my first time.
Okay. And that's what we're trying to
y'all
figure
see
out
me.
what happened.
If y'all see me in the camera, okay. Like I told her, check the bank cameras. Like I don't know.
During questioning, officers challenged Mark's explanations, pointing out a significant inconsistency related to her bank activity.
So here's the log that I guess we got. I know it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
So you deposited these, but you're saying you dropped them off in like a drop box outside the bank.
In the bank, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I spoke with Crystal. They still don't have any other deposit slips from those times. That's why we're just trying to get it figured out.
How long's it been now since this happened?
Since August, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, so they should have got everything.
They should, yeah.
Even if they're counting like $1 at a time, they should have it.
Yeah, because she was saying they were waiting back from the bank. I don't know. They were waiting. I don't know.
Yeah, so I ended up speaking with the bank as well. We ended up doing subpoenas from the bank because they're independent. They have nothing to do with this. They'll tell us whether or not they got the money, and the bank is saying they didn't get the money either.
I don't know. It's whatever deposit slip they had in the safe. I just grab. If it's 2 signatures or whatever it is, and then I put in the deposit in the thing. That's it.
Okay.
Where's
the deposit on that bank? It's the Truista 100 North Congress, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because with the teller, and then there's a box right here. You open it and you just put it in.
That's on the inside of the bank?
No, it's outside. By the drive-through.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I said there was no camera footage of you at the bank dropping them off? Would that be weird?
It would be. It's a bank. It should have cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the drive-through. If you
there
pass
was
by
cameras.
in the drive-through.
There was cameras at the store, of course, because they had it like focused right on the safe.
Mm-hmm.
And as you taken the money, like you said you did, like you signed out.
we're just trying to make it make sense.
But in the drive-through, if you pull up in drive-through, they should have cameras outside so they could see what cars are in that drive-through.
For the drop box, are you getting out of the car to put them in the box?
No, I pull up and I sit in the car. I don't have to get out. Yeah.
And the car that you're going is just your the one that's I guess registered to you. Which car do you have right now?
The white car, which is my husband's car.
Okay.
Which car did you have in August when this happened?
Was it the same white car?
It's gonna be either the white car, or then there's a red vehicle. Well, this is my husband's vehicle.
All right, so they'd be under here, which is your vehicle, it's your husband's vehicle.
It's under my husband's car. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the next thing I'd want to do is reach out to the bank again and just verify that your car was there, just so we can get you completely out of this.
Yeah, because I don't get out of the vehicle. Because once you pull up, the thing's right there. You just open it, drop, and close, and go on.
They also informed her that investigators would review vehicle footage to confirm her account of events.
Yeah, so that would be the next step, is we ask for the camera footage again of the vehicle, and then we should see your vehicle doing the drop boxes on those days around the time that you put right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at no point did you take it for like your own personal gain, nothing like that, right?
No.
Okay.
You check my background. I don't have any
I don't see any
criminal history of
Maybe
me
some parking
doing
stuff,
anything. parking, speeding tickets. That's everybody.
Yeah.
That's everybody. But when it comes to theft, that's not me. I don't. Yeah, that's why this right here was very shocking to me.
Okay.
To me, I'm like, I don't take anything. I don't, And then because I was training at the other store, I even took deposits there and dropped at the store when I was at training, and nothing was missing. So to me, this is
So what do you think happened here?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. From one manager, she was telling me, it's just like letting me know, just be careful in this store. That's pretty much it. Like manager, I don't know why the store managers didn't last in that store. I don't know. I'm just new to Dollar Tree, and I never had issues like this. Never had a problem like this with money.
Well, before we go talk to anybody, of course, we look up, are we dealing with a good guy or a bad guy? Of course, we looked up your history. You're a good guy.
Yeah,
you came running to come in here to say, hey, I'm coming to talk to you guys. My day's busy, but I want to talk to you.
Yeah, because I'm
You could leave at any time, but you're making a statement trying to help us figure this, for a better word, crazy situation.
the same thing I sat down with Crystal, with loss prevention. I was in there with,
And Crystal had nothing but good to say about you, but she said, we can't figure this out either.
I can't listen. Like I told her, I said I don't know. I told her she could search my vehicle. She look, like did the bag fell under the car? I walked out. We checked my vehicle. I'm like, I don't have nothing. I come out. I ain't got nothing. I don't take nothing. I don't,
And who do you primarily bank with?
Me, I bank with Wells Fargo, and then we have Bank of America with my husband.
Okay. So if we checked your bank, there shouldn't be anything crazy like these amounts going into your bank, right?
My God, no, pretty much.
No, I'm saying just like if we check the banks, we're not going to see deposits of like these amounts into your bank account, right?
Oh, the total amounts of those.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Although her record was clean, officers made it clear that the evidence strongly suggested theft. To encourage honesty, detectives decided to take a gentler approach, but would it work?
There's no way I could even bother taking.
So the amount in total is the 5,000. That's where we're at right now.
So how much did you take? It was less than that? Are they padding the numbers here a little bit?
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about what they do. It sounds about you shouldn't even be in this situation, but it's shame on them for putting people in this situation. No wonder they're having problems. Because they're not acting right. They're not acting normal.
So when you ended up getting the deposits, what actually happened with it? What'd you do with them?
Drop them.
Did you go home with it? Did you end up having to pay bills with it? You got a little behind. So here's the deposits here. This is what they don't have. And when you add those up, it comes to that amount.
$65,707.
Did you get behind on bills? Did you have to pay some home bills for it? You have kids?
Where did the money go? Maybe you can get on a payment plan with them.
No, I don't have any. Yeah, I'm still behind on rent pretty much, but
rent is not cheap in the world today.
No, it's not. No. You can check my account. I didn't buy none of this in my account.
Yeah, of course. So they're padding the numbers a little bit. They're a mess to begin with. So maybe it's like 3,000. Maybe that's the payment plan we need to get on.
Not even.
So why don't you just take us back to the beginning? How did this even happen? When you take the deposits out of the safe, where did you end up going with the bags?
Bank.
You went to the bank? Or you took them to your bank?
No, I don't think, no, not to my bank, no.
Did you take the money out and throw the bags in, or what happened? And if they're trying to play games and add extra money on it, we need to know about that as well.
So Neelan, we can work with the Dollar Tree and discuss that with them. If you think it's more than what it was, we can always talk to them about it.
No, it's not. No, I didn't take. I didn't take. This is not more what it was. I mean, they say this is what they're missing, but I
You
know
think
I
that's
didn't.
like a crazy amount? Like
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just take it back to the beginning, right? So you get the deposit bags from the safe. They have that on camera that you're taking, which is fine.
Yeah.
What would you end up doing? Are you behind the bills? Did you try to help out with your bills? What'd you end up doing with the money that you took? We're just trying to make sense of it.
As pressure mounted, Mark's composure began to falter, and her nervousness became more apparent. Would she finally admit to what she had done?
At the end of the day, I'm not a bad person.
No, and like I told you, you're criminal. There's nothing. You're clean.
Yes.
Everybody makes mistakes. We've all been
Yeah,
there.
we do.
I'm not perfect.
We do all do perfect. So we all do mistakes. So what is Crystal willing to do?
We'll have to talk to her. I have to give her a call and try to discuss it with her. But right now, I just need.
But I'm not. But the thing. But yeah, for all that, I'm not taking responsibility for all that. I'm not that crazy of.
No, and like I said, I'm not saying if you think it's a different amount, that's fine. We can discuss that. But right now, we just need to know what actually happened. So you take the bags. Did you end up depositing them? Did you end up paying your apartment, or did you pay for any of your kids' stuff? I get behind on my bills all the time working here. I have to figure out ways to handle it, you know.
I was behind one time on my rent. That's pretty much it.
And this was one of those like, hey, this might help me out, just to make it right.
Pretty much it.
What's your husband do for a living?
He does landscaping.
Okay. He has no idea what happened. Okay.
No, he doesn't speak English. No.
Okay. So it's just like I said. I talked to the bank already. They don't have you on camera.
They don't have me on camera.
Not during these. That's the issue. So what happened when you got the deposits? Did you take some of the money out?
But if I have all the bags together, so they're trying to say they don't have me at all depositing the
No,
money?
I'm talking about these transactions. Don't even worry about the bank right now.
Okay.
So you get the deposit bags from the safe. You leave. What is it, Dollar Tree?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go with the bags? With these bags that are missing. Did you go home with them?
No.
Okay. What did you do with them?
I might have taken out from that car heading to the bank.
You did what? I'm sorry.
I said I might have taken out the bag before heading to the bank.
Okay. Yeah, like you took the money out of the bag before giving it to the bank? Okay. And then what did you do with the money? Is that where the bills come into play?
Made a money order and paid my rent.
Okay. Where'd you do the money order at?
Went at Walmart.
No, Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Do the money order and then the money went towards your rent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that makes sense. Money towards rent. How much is your rent payment?
28.
28 for an apartment? Oh my gosh.
With the evidence stacked against her and her own statements working against her, officers knew decisive action was inevitable.
Do me a favor, take your purse off and any jewelry that you have.
I'm gonna hold on to it. Put your phone in the purse for me. I'm gonna hold on to it as it just go upstairs and I'll get back to you, okay? We'll get this paperwork done as quick as we can to get you, you're a normal person. This is not a normal situation. That's why we're just explaining everything to you, okay? Because
you're getting like that. This one, like you're playing.
just like this. It makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got your purse. We're gonna walk up with you. So think about it. We need a call. We need to probably call work. We need to call husband. Did he see that spare keys for the car? You want to leave the car here?
He doesn't know. I have the key. He doesn't have a spare key.
Okay.
Nellen Mark was charged with felony grand theft and felony organized scheme to defraud. Not all schemes are tens of thousands. Some are smaller, but no less bold. Our next story involves an employee who scammed her store out of $1,300 through fake transactions.
Okay.
Tamara, I'm going to need you to follow me. I'm going to ask you to follow me down to the police station. Okay?
Is there anything I need to be aware of?
Yeah, we have to talk about a couple things. I need to speak with you.
On July 10th, 2025, Villa Park Police responded to a second-hand store where employee Tamara was accused of suspicious transactions across 10 or more alleged fake sales.
So I will need your key back, and this is your last pay stub. That's what I'm giving to you right now. Both keys, because I have it in the kitchen. Yeah, both, please. Or they might be in the car.
It might be in the car.
Yep. Okay. Right back.
Where's your car at?
It's right here.
Tamara, you have a concealed carry license. Do you have a firearm on you?
I have a concealed carry.
Do you have a firearm on you?
I do.
You do? Is it in your purse?
It's in the bag.
Do you mind if I hold that while we're standing here? You have the keys?
No, I have to go to the car. The car key is in there.
All right, I'm going to grab it for you, okay?
Sure thing. Oh no, of course. Can you take it outside?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Sorry about that. Want me to run it?
Yeah.
Here you go, Patty.
22 LR, yeah.
There's that for you. This would be... Right. Well, I don't want that one. No, I know. I'm just trying to make sure you have the right... Okay. Well, let me check the... Okay.
Tamara, I'm going to need you to follow me. I'm going to ask you to follow me down to the police station. Okay?
Is there anything I need to be aware of?
Yeah, we have to talk about a couple things. I need to speak with you.
Okay. Yeah. My direct deposit slip? Okay.
Just wait for her to finish up here, whatever process you guys go through, where she's going through.
Okay.
Or terminating your employment.
Okay.
And then you can follow me up to the police station. All right?
And you are?
Officer Frakes with Villa Park Police Department.
Okay.
So this one is for that one, but I don't think this one is for the other door. Can I just peek at that?
Yeah.
And then I'll bring... Oh.
Yeah, that might be my home key.
Yeah, this one looks a little... I'll bring them both back. Alrighty, bear with me.
Can we go over there, possibly?
Over where?
Back to the store?
For what?
Just so she's not walking back and forth.
I'll just stay by your car. I'll make sure you get your key back. You still live on the address in Chicago that's on your driver's license?
Yes.
You do? Can't let you bring your firearm into the police station.
Oh, of course.
So, if it's okay with you, we'll hold on to it, but
Hold on to it?
until we give it back to you.
Okay.
You have a concealed carry license, you're a lawful gun owner, but you just can't have it when you're sitting across from me and talking.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough?
Sure. May I ask, what are we speaking about?
I'll go over everything with you. I have to ask you some questions about what happened here.
I don't know what happened this one.
I'll lay it all out for you and see what you have to say.
All right. It's new.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Never?
Mm-mm. That's why I'm asking questions. I don't know.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough to ask questions. You're 25? 26?
No, that one belongs to you. Yeah, the other ones were. The other one was correct, so we're good.
I still have 2 keys. Where the other key go?
No, I have 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I took 2. So we're good.
Okay, Tamara, you follow me back to the police station?
Okay.
Just stay right here with my, actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this. My partner's gonna drive over here, and then you follow her.
Okay.
To the station. I'm gonna wait for my partner. You're not under arrest at this time. Just need to talk. Okay, I will explain everything to you, I promise.
Please.
I will not leave you in the dark about anything.
Okay.
She's gonna follow you to the police station. Just go up front, and then I'll follow behind her. I'll walk with my car. See the big police car? We're going that way up Ardmore.
Okay.
All right?
I'll just follow you.
Just follow him.
At the station, the interview begins. Officers explain that everything is being recorded. They outline the allegations, but the question remains whether she was going to reveal all by herself.
Mayor, this is I bought one camera. It's recording. Acknowledge that we're being recorded right now. You're not under arrest. You're free to leave. I have a lot of things I need to talk to you about, though, and I'd like to interview about. The reason why we're talking today is I was notified by your former employer, now the one we were just at, Close Mentor, of some discrepancies with purchases that were made at the Close Mentor over the last couple months. Are you aware of what I'm talking about?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I sat down and I talked with her at length. It was made aware to me today that there's a policy at Close Mentor that employees are allowed to sell clothing to the store, but they're not allowed to process the transaction themselves. Are you aware of this policy? Okay. They're alleging that you, on multiple different occasions, while you were alone in the store, sold clothing to the store yourself, and then took the cash and pocketed it, and that the clothes don't exist. There was no clothes, and you did the whole thing yourself. So you brought the clothes in, processed a sale yourself, and then with no clothes ever being brought in, and then pocketed them on yourself. Does that sound accurate?
I never sell to work.
You never what?
Sell at work. Like, we have a policy where we can sell. I never sold clothes at work.
Where you can sell clothes to the store.
Right, correct.
So, here in front of me, I have a lot of documentation that was provided by the store. I'm going to look through it with you. I'll read it off to you, and we'll see if it jogs your memory at all, okay? Okay, on this most recent one, on July 5th at 5:14 p.m., July 5th, you're the only one working. A transaction was made, sold by Tamara Ellen, that's you, to Tamara Ellen for $92. Do you recall that? Well,
I was selling and I'm like a buyer. I can buy in. So under the register, it says my name. So it's processed by.
so it says you processed this transaction.
No, I wouldn't buy in my own clothes.
So, but on July 5th, Friday, July 5th, at this time, it says your name and the customer as Tamara Ellen. Do you recall this transaction?
No, sir.
Okay, so was someone else using your name on the transaction?
Could be.
According to the schedule, you're the only one working at the time.
I have no knowledge of it.
Okay.
This is my first time. This is being bought.
All right. On July 3rd at 5:56 p.m. July 3rd, you're the only one working. The manager clocked out at 4:14. But so at this time, you're the only one working. And at 5:56 p.m., again, $99.90 sold by you to a Tamara Ellen. Do you recognize this phone number?
No.
That's not your phone number?
No.
It's not associated with you at all?
Investigators were determined to uncover the full truth, starting with how she started it all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times dating back to February 11th. This happened. Where
We were closed February.
the transaction was still processed.
There's no way.
So July, all these transactions were processed by you, selling to someone named Tamara Ellen, all except one. And the cash is nowhere to be found, and the clothes that were supposedly sold are also nowhere to be found. Secondly, every time you do a sales, if I come in to sell clothes to Clothes Mentor, there's paperwork that's supposed to be filled out. Is this correct?
Yes.
The paperwork for every one of these sales is missing. Does not exist.
I have no knowledge of it.
No knowledge. Okay, Tamara, this is going to be your time to be honest. You're caught red-handed. I have pages and pages of documents showing that you were there alone at the time of all of these sales. Your employee number was used to do the sale, and the person who sold it was Tamara Ellen, which is conspicuously your name, just with one letter changed. I've got all sorts of things, and then to include a check for $800 that was used for petty cash, was signed out for petty cash, and then the date was crossed off, but that check is still missing because the date above it, that same. I'm telling you that exists.
This is not.
With your initials next to it.
No way. No way.
No knowledge of this?
No.
Okay, so.
Excuse me, sorry. I'm just gonna turn it over. Is my dad calling?
So on any of these occasions, July 5th, July 3rd, June 29th, June 28th, June 21st, June 19th, June 17th, June 14th, June 12th, June 10th, June 5th, May 24th, and February 11th, when you were working alone at the store, these transactions occurred. You're claiming no knowledge of any of it. Are you denying processing these?
I have no knowledge of the processing. I have no knowledge of a check.
Okay, what would help you remember what happened at this time?
Nothing will help me remember because it's no knowledge of me. I don't not liking the memory.
Okay.
This is just.
So someone else came in the store while you were there alone and did all these different transactions?
Some of my associates, my employee number. I just filed for identity fraud, literally.
But this occurred inside of the store. This wasn't somewhere online. This was inside of the store.
It doesn't have to be online. Or, I don't know, I have no knowledge of it.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen, because you're saying, I don't know, I have no knowledge. What's going to happen is I'm going to take all of this evidence, which your former employer carefully combed through. This is not by chance, this is not random. They carefully combed through this and before pointing the finger at you. They checked the store up and down, all the inventory for any of the clothes that were allegedly sold at these dates and times. They've carefully cross-referenced the schedules, and on each occasion you were working alone, and this happened after the manager clocked out. So what's going to happen is I'm going to contact the state's attorney's office, and I'm going to lay out all this information to him, and you're going to be looking at felony fraud charges. It's a very, very serious offense. That check, also, that could be check fraud that you have in your possession. So what's going to happen is I'm going to call them on the phone, and I'm going to talk to them about it. They will review it, and then the charges will be filed. And when I talk to them, they usually ask about you. You're 26 years old, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You said you've never been arrested before?
Never.
When I talk to them, they're going to want to know what you had to say. And if I talk to them and tell them, she's completely uncooperative, denying everything, no memory of anything that happened at all throughout the several months of this going on, then that's one thing. Or I can call them and say, you know, hey, this is a young person, she's decided, you tell me whatever the reasoning was, if there's all sorts of reasons that someone would do something like this, needing money, I don't know what your reasons are, but you tell me, and you could be cooperative in this. Or it's just going to be your suspect, and we're going to go through all the evidence and charge you.
The seriousness is emphasized. Over $1,300 is missing. Tamara continues to repeat her claims of ignorance. Each transaction, each record tied to her name and schedule is reviewed in detail, yet she sticks to her story.
Over $1,300 in funds, in cash. $1,300. Not like $1,300. So, I don't know, you can make your own choice about what you have to say about what happened. But here it is, you, over and over and over again, making these purchases, making the purchases from these clients and from these customers, and no manager in the store, and all these clothes that are listed to be sold don't exist. So, I don't know, you tell me. It's all a mystery.
It's not that I'm being uncooperative, because I'm cooperating with you. I came down here with you. I had no knowledge. Once I got to work, I was supposed to clock in. And simply the manager told me.
Well, you're cooperative. You're sitting here. This is, you're not under arrest. I'm not forcing you to be here, but I'm asking you the questions of what is this? Is there some type of explanation for any of this, or you just have no idea how this happened with you conducting these transactions?
With me conducting.
And the name being sold to is Tamara Ellen. Tamara Ellen. Well, this one has an A. Your name has an E. Do you want to look at it? Do you remember this purchase of these clothes? On the date of these clothes that were sold? It's your job to do that, correct?
It's my job, officer, to program and process buys. I have no knowledge of the suspicious suspect buys that you are highlighting here. I don't even know any of this.
You don't know any of it. Okay, so that's where we're going. It's okay. Well, I will be giving you a phone call when I get the warrant, and then you can turn yourself in. All right, I will contact you, and I'll let you know what the state's attorney says, and if there's a warrant for your arrest, I'll have you turn yourself in on that warrant. Okay?
It sounds terrifying.
It's just a reality of the situation. If you're not going to give me anything else.
Never have I even been detained.
Oh, you're not detained. You were just discussing this. You're free to leave.
Never. I've never had a situation like this to be even let go from work either. So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if someone was accusing me of these things, or I would assume if someone was accusing a person of this, you would look at the dates and the times, and you'd be like, that couldn't have been me, and then it would explain why. Or explain to me what happened here. You're saying you don't have any memory of it.
No. Can you look at these and see that these are all selling customers? All these people.
I want to talk about the ones. I want to talk the ones about sold by you.
Right, by me.
By you, on these dates for these prices, $92, which was said to retail for $310.92. By you at this date and time, were sold by this person, Tamara Ellen. A handbag on this date. Do you have any memory of this one? Okay, let's look at this one. On July 3rd, sold by you to Tamara Ellen. These items here for $99.90. Do you remember either of these days? Do you remember what you did that day? So you remember working on the 5th, Friday?
Friday the 5th.
Yeah, that's last week. You remember? So after your manager, this is right before you clocked out, is that correct?
Sorry, can I answer the call from my dad, please?
Sure.
Hey, Daddy. Yeah, I'm sitting here now. No, we just sitting here talking. Okay.
So this transaction was completed at 5:14 p.m. The schedule says that you clocked out at 5:14, and the manager clocked out at 3:22. So right as you're clocking out, this transaction was processed. Someone sold a handbag to close Mentor for cash, right as you were clocking out.
Officers offer her the chance to cooperate. They carefully handle her firearm, explain the next steps, and conclude the initial questioning, leaving Tamara with the weight of the evidence laid out before her.
So what happened when you clocked out? Was someone in the store with you?
Customers.
Customers were in the store with you when you clocked out?
Mm-hmm.
Who else was with you that works there?
I'm just a manager, and she clocked out early. I said customers.
Yeah, but was anyone else working with you?
No, she clocked out early.
So she clocked out early, you were the only one working. Okay, when you left the store, were there customers still inside the store?
No, not when I leave and lock up and set the alarm.
Okay, so you left and set the alarm. So was anyone in the store with you at 5:14? What?
5:14, I was.
Clocked out, that's when you clocked out. So was anyone inside the store with you when you clocked out?
I was alone.
You were alone when you clocked out. See what I'm asking you? You're saying, so this transaction happened at the time you clocked out. You were the only employee there. And
Should I pull up my clock out app?
I have it right here. I have what time you clocked out.
This it's not it. Oh, she deactivated it. She deactivated it.
Okay.
So I can't even show you anything on my end.
I'm telling you, the system says you clocked out at 5:14, and the sale happened at 5:14. Do you recall clocking out?
No, sir.
Do you recall leaving the store on Friday? I can't read minds. Do you recall that?
I recall it was just last Friday.
What was that?
It was just last Friday.
Right, so what happened when you were leaving the store? Because a transaction was processed. Someone sold a handbag as you clocked out. You purchased a handbag from a person with your same name minus flopping 2 letters.
I don't have anything else to say. I told you so.
Do you want to let's look at other transactions. Let's go to the third. What'd you say? May you leave? Yeah, you're free to leave if you want to leave. You're not detained. You can leave whenever you want. Do you want to look at some more transactions about and compare it to your time clock? Because I have a lot of them. What?
I have no knowledge of this though, sir.
Okay, so let's go over it. Let's refresh your knowledge.
I can't be refreshed with anything I don't have any knowledge of.
So on July 3rd,
Give me 1 second, please. Yeah, they're questioning me to remain silent. Yeah, he said he will call the state and talk with an attorney, and they go from there. Yeah, and they record it. Yes. No, I don't have any knowledge of what they're presenting me. So I keep telling him no, and he keep trying to ask me different questions and line up whatever he has here in front of me. But I have no knowledge of it. Okay. Sorry again.
okay, so do you want to talk about the third?
No, I'm just going to remain silent at this point.
All right, I will call you and I will let you know. And we'll move from there, okay?
And my firearm.
Yeah, let me give it back to you. I'm going to give it back to you unloaded. And then, matter of fact, if you can just leave your purse open, then I will put the I'll put it inside there unloaded, and you can do what you want from there, all right? But I'll hand you your purse outside. I'm not gonna go in your purse, okay?
Okay.
Fair enough, just because it's
Wait,
fire.
so you want me to wait right here?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the gun in your purse, zip it up.
If it's already disarmed, why would you hand me the purse?
It's policy, I don't really want to hand you a firearm while we're inside a police station. All right, fair enough? Don't have to. That phone number you gave me is a good phone number to contact you at, correct?
Yeah, that's my current cell.
Okay. All right.
Tamara was charged with burglary. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.